There, welcome and good morning to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. I hope you are able to see my screen and hear me. Okay, so today is the 6th of January. No major news coming out. There's a weaker manufacturing index that came out. That's what caused a little bit of positiveness. The ISM print is bad news for factories, but markets are still in a phase where baddish growth keeps them thinking that the Fed is going to be in play. So it's being treated, it seems, as mildly good news for the duration and especially for large cap equities. Not an outright growth scare as yet, but if we string together a few more weak reports or see labor start to crack, the market will likely stop cheering cuts and refocus on earnings outlook. And that's where, again, we get into the question of credibility of the ISM reports and the divergence, if any, between ADP reports and ISM reports, private reports and ISM reports, because there needs to be confidence in the data. But to cut a long story short, basically the markets are not yet bearish. They have still got a little bit of a bullish bias. Let us look at S&P 500 futures here, for example. We are above the support line, which comes from the previous top, and today we are in the process of confirming this support line as a support. Yesterday we crossed over and got above it. Today we have to see if we can confirm this as a support. If this becomes a support, then it's a springboard for further growth of S&P 500. So that's what is happening with S&P 500. If you look at NASDAQ, NASDAQ is looking at a resistance of around 25,738.00. And today, I think it should definitely get some support at around 25,430.50. Market sentiment is bearish. MACD is also bearish. Momentum is still slightly above average. We are tracking this head and shoulder pattern to see if it happens to come towards the neckline. The neckline is somewhere out here. This green line that you see here on which I have my cursor is the neckline. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen, but anything can happen in the stock market, so we got to watch it out. Hi Uddhav, good morning. Thanks for joining. So so we are still in a situation where the market is mildly bullish. S&P 500 is definitely showing that for sure, because this support line could potentially get confirmed today. Market sentiment is bullish. Momentum is above average. MACD is almost neutral. Whereas in case of NASDAQ, we have a negative market sentiment. MACD is bearish and momentum is just above average. And we also have this potential of this head and shoulder pattern. So I'm thinking that based on the fact that there is no news today, I suspect that we could probably have a little bit of a rotation, given that S&P 500 is looking much better than NASDAQ. So rotation out of tech stocks into other stocks is a possibility that I think might happen. Dollar index is slightly up. It's broken out of this bear channel. Now we have to watch out for some kind of pattern out here which gives us a bearish or a bullish indication. Right now there is no such pattern at this point of time, so we continue to watch this. As far as VIX is concerned, it is slightly elevated as compared to yesterday. Yesterday it started much higher and it came down. That's why we have this red candle, and today we have started above yesterday's closing. But for all practical purposes, we could also end up having a red candle out here. So let us see how it goes. If the VIX goes up, the market will come down. Gold is up 0.39% in pre-market trades. I think it has got a resistance today at 4,556.22. And it could have a total support today at around 4,388.25. Overall, gold is still looking bullish because a lot of liquidity is being pumped into the market across various geographies. So gold is likely to continue being bullish, gradually rising over a period of time. Now, put call ratio is mildly bullish to neutral, same like yesterday. And if we look at the 10-year yield, it's still within the range of yesterday's candle, but it is above where it closed yesterday. So this line of support is still in play at 4.15. And 10-year Japanese yield has gone up. As I mentioned, higher probability to break out on the upside. That already happened. We also met our upper target of around 2.12. So right now, what I'm looking for here is for further patterns, and I think the patterns are likely to be bullish because we have a market sentiment which is bullish. We have MACD, which was bearish earlier, becoming bullish now. So there is a little bit of bullishness out here. And momentum is above average, and there's still room on the RSI for it to fall down. So I'm thinking that probably there will be consolidation out here and creation of another bull flag. That's a distinct possibility. So if we got a bull flag out here, then I would say that my bull flag would have started from somewhere out here. So this would be the next bull flag, and we need to see consolidation out here, and the breakout out there will put a new target. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen out here. Well, let's watch that. Japanese yen is coming towards this line of support, and it'll definitely get support today at around 155.94. Right now we're at 156.52. There's a consolidation happening in the momentum, whereas if you look at, let me just pull this out a little bit and move this bearishness a little away and expand. So you can see here, when you look at the point of contact between MACD and signal line, it's not much. They're literally on top of each other. So that's another thing that we have to keep in mind. And if we look at market sentiment, it's bearish. So I'm going to pull this down here. Market sentiment is bearish. So that's what I would say. Give me 1 second. I have to reduce this. Okay, I'm a bit obsessed with all these things, but I'll leave it for later. I'll do that offline. Now, I'm also watching Canadian 5-year because mortgage renewals and all are coming around. It seems to be moving in the right direction, but what I'm afraid of is this bull flag out here. And Canadian 5-year goes hand in hand with US 5-year. So if US 5-year yields go up, that could have an impact on the Canadian 5-year yields. So this is something that I'm watching because it's important for the Canadian economy. I would like to go and have a look at the indicators next. And in the indicators, S&P 500, it will have a resistance today at around 6,937.56, and it could get some support at around 6,878.24. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is still above average, plenty of room on the RSI, and we don't know what's happening pre-market, but let's look at NASDAQ. It will give us some clues. As far as NASDAQ is concerned, it has got initial resistance at, I would say, 25,531.21, and it has got support at 25,209.01. Market sentiment, MACD, both are bearish. Momentum is still trying to decide whether it wants to be strong or not. It's just at average at this point of time, but QQQ tells us that there is a little bit of positiveness in the market. Pre-market, we are up 0.21% in pre-market trades. So we are likely to get support today at around 613.56. We will get resistance at around 623.45. That's what I'm looking at. Now let's go on to AI, and I'd like to inform you that yesterday evening I bought NVDA on the Canadian side. Now the logic I'm following is that NVDA opens higher and then it comes down. It opens higher and then it comes down. Opens higher, then it comes down. Opens higher and then it comes down. So yesterday I decided to buy towards the close. So I bought at close and NVDA is looking good in my portfolio. So what I'm going to do is the first thing in the morning is to sell NVIDIA and buy it back towards the end of the day. That is my plan. Market sentiment is bullish. MACD is bullish but tending towards the signal line. Momentum is above average but dropping. This is the story for NVIDIA. Then we look at Meta. Meta is down 0.04% in pre-market trades. It will definitely get support today at 651.38. and it will have resistance at 663.05. And I have Meta in my portfolio. I am holding it because I think that's a cup and handle pattern in the process, and it has got a very strong target, which includes a gap up, which needs to be gap down, which needs to be covered. So I'm feeling pretty bullish about Meta. Market sentiment is bullish. MACD is bearish, but momentum is just above average, waiting for it to take off. Let us hope for the best today. For today, I think the resistance will be initially at 663.35. Now let's go to Google. Google is up 0.10%. We have a bull flag target of 372.25. At this point of time, it's meandering upwards, but there is no clear signal as such, no clear pattern coming up. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is above average, plenty of room on the RSI, but MACD and momentum are worrying me a little bit. Market sentiment are worrying me a little bit. They need to improve. So I'm cautiously optimistic for Google. Amazon is down 0.09% in pre-market trades. It will get support at 228.73. It could potentially get some resistance, I think around 234.87. That's where it might get resistance. Right now it's at 232.85, down 0.09% in the pre-market trades. Apple is up 0.01% in pre-market trades. Apple is not looking that great at this point of time. Market sentiment bearish, MACD bearish, momentum also below average. And one would love to short Apple at this stage, but I've already burned my fingers with shorting, so I'm just waiting. I'm doing 2 to 3 day trading kind of plays where I see the opportunity. I've got into Microsoft, I've got into NVDA. That's my play for this year, the first week. I also momentarily went into a couple of stocks yesterday. I'll tell you about that when I recollect what they were, but I made a loss of around $300 yesterday. I sold off the same day. I did a little bit of play on SMR, and I forgot that I was supposed to hold it until the next day. I just panicked and I sold it at a loss. So I lost a good deal of money on SMR. That was the mistake I did. But I held on to the others, which are going to be profitable this morning. I'm going to sell them and move out of it. So that's my story. I'm not getting into Apple as such. Microsoft is flat this morning in pre-market trades, and we have a support at 472.94. I'm looking at a bounce off from this support. That's why I bought yesterday. And also you can see red candles, which means open is higher and then we drop. So I was ideally expecting a higher open this morning, but that has not happened. So I might have a little bit of a problem in my hands, on my hands with Microsoft. But the fact that I went for Microsoft is also because you look at the drop that Microsoft has had. Microsoft has dropped around 14.40%. That is a big drop. And I don't mind starting dollar cost averaging on Microsoft from this point onwards. We have this parallel channel. We are definitely bound to get a bounce at somewhere around 461.80. So when we go near the parallel channel, I would do a dollar cost averaging with the hope that it's going to bounce off from there. That will be the next logical spot for me. There's another spot where I would like to do some dollar cost averaging, and that is going to be around 472.20. Right now we are at 472.45. So that's the status of Microsoft. And when we come to Tesla, Tesla is down 0.45% in pre-market trades. Yesterday we had some really positive moves on Tesla, but market sentiment is still bearish. MACD is still bearish, even though it's improving. Momentum is still below average, even though it's improving. So we'll have to see how this figures out. We have a resistance at 455.26, and I suspect we'll get support at least at 437.74. Oracle is up 0.33% in pre-market trades. It's been consolidating around this line of support, sometimes going up and sometimes coming down. We're going to get resistance at 196.27, which was earlier a line of support, and we are likely to get support in the along this diagonal line of support. It's a dynamic support at 182.44. But if we were looking for something finer, I would say 191.90 could potentially give us a pause. Market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, but tending towards the signal line. But unfortunately, momentum is weak, which means interest is very low out here at this point of time. Also, you can see volumes are also lower, but it's slowly building up. AMD is up 0.75% in pre-market trades. We are going to get support at 220.08. Yesterday also we opened higher and we came down. I'm watching this trend carefully. If we continue getting a few red candles, then I'd like to buy at the end of the day with the hope of selling in the morning. That's the play I'm trying. If that stops working, I would stop trading and watch for some other ideas. SMCI is up 2.03% in pre-market trades. Yesterday also it opened up and it came down. I'm still holding on with my SMCZ. We have support at 28.94. Market sentiment is bullish. MACD is very bullish, but momentum is below average and dropping. So let's see what happens today when the market opens. Broadcom is up 0.04% in pre-market trades, and I think as far as Broadcom is concerned, it is still bearish in my opinion. Market sentiment bearish, MACD bearish, momentum below average. It should get some support at 339.30 today. Palantir is up 0.82%. Again, the story of red candles. Red candles means if that trend continues, buy in the evening, sell in the morning. That's the plan. So I'm watching Palantir as well. Market sentiment is bearish, momentum is below average, and we are also looking at market sentiment and MACD, which is tending to be super bearish. So Palantir is likely to go down, but this morning it's up 0.86%. We'll see if we are going to get another red candle. And we have INF coming in. Hi, good morning, INF. And SMH. SMH is up 1.02%. SMH is looking pretty strong. Momentum is pretty good. MACD is super bullish, and we are also having positive market sentiment. So it's all looking pretty good to me. And as far as support is concerned, I would say I would like to draw a line of support out here and put it in place for future. This to me seems to be the line of support. I'm just going to push it a little higher. Yeah. So this is the line of support. We're going to get support at 374.09. I don't have a line of resistance because we are charting new highs, it seems. And Tempus AI is starting to look pretty decent at this point of time. We have two green candles and we have market sentiment improving. We have MACD improving, almost on top of the signal line, ready to cross. Momentum is also coming close to the midpoint or average. So the moment momentum goes above average, I think everything will be lined up for investment into Tempus AI. So let us see what happens to all these indicators when the market opens. If they become more positive and we go above average, I think I'd be inclined to start looking at Tempus AI. Now let's go on and have a look at SMR. I made a mistake of selling SMR yesterday. You see there was a gain of 6.02%. I would have made profit. Instead I sold at a loss. So that's a note to self that once I do purchases at the end of the day, I have to hold on for the next morning. So that said, look at AVAV. This is another company which is doing extremely well. It's looking very bullish and positive. All the more it's important to get into AVAV because defense sector is likely to become much better with the belligerence of US. The US has already taken over Venezuela. They are talking about Greenland. They have been talking about Canada becoming the 51st state. So there is a whole lot of strange things happening in the US. So EU defense budget is also higher. Canada defense budget is also higher. And it seems like defense companies are going to do really well. So I'm expecting AVAV also to do very well. I have to look at the Canadian depository receipts to see if we have any AVAV out there. If it is there, then I would definitely like to buy it on the Canadian. It's too expensive for my taste on the US side. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Of course, this is my opinion. We are looking at a trend reversal and we have moved out of this bearish channel. And I would like to draw a bull channel out here, which will become a marker for me to watch this stock. So I would like to put this line here as the bull channel. Now, having said that, we will have resistance at around 318.40 for AVAV. Now, let me go to genomics. Pfizer is slightly up this morning. It's up 0.12%, but increasingly the consolidation is making me impatient about this cup and handle pattern. So I'm getting a little bit restless. The thing that is making me slightly optimistic is that MACD is improving, and market sentiment is flat to a little bit of improvement. Momentum is just above average, slightly above average. And Pfizer is a good company, so I'm going to hold on. We are looking at Prime, which is up 2.80% in pre-market trade. It's going to continue to get support at 3.83. Yesterday, we confirmed this line of support because we closed at 3.63 the previous day. And yesterday, we closed above 3.63. So this line of support is confirmed. Let us see what happens today. As far as Prime is concerned, Intelia is up 0.43%. We still continue to have support at $9, and we'll have resistance at 9.72. Right now, we're at 9.41. Caribou Biosciences is flat in pre-market trades, and our friend Jesse Isaacson had bought a little bit of Caribou Biosciences. I think his portfolio must be profitable. I'm looking at Caribou Biosciences. It is still looking bearish to me, but let's see what happens out there. Beam Therapeutics is up 1.23% in pre-market trade. We have this bull flag. We are still within it. If we break out of the bull flag, then I could potentially draw a target. But right now, I don't have anything to say about this. I'm just watching more candles come up. Altimmune is down 0.24% after a big jump. You can see this candle go up and then come back down. Resistance is firmly at 4.40. Support is going to be today at around 4.05. Right now we are at 4.08. Editas is up 1.51% in pre-market trades. The chart is still looking bearish to me. I'm looking at a red candle forming at the end of the day. Illumina is up 0.82%. We are marching towards our target of 151.85. It just needs patience and money. The stock is worth 141.33. A little bit rich for me to do on the US side. Market sentiment is improving. MACD is ready to cross over the signal line. Momentum is pretty strong, and RSI has still room. So I'm thinking that we are definitely marching towards 152.28. CRISPR Therapeutics is positive. It's up 0.29% in pre-market trades. It is going to get support at 53.28, and before that at 53.83. Right now we are at 55.31, up 0.29%. Resistance is at 56.38. I'm looking at Grail, which is up 0.84%. Support is going to be at around 89.90 today, and we are looking at confirming this support. Just pulling this out, we are looking at confirming this support. So we will confirm this support if we close above 95.80. Then we would have confirmed this support. There is another thing that I'm looking at out here. Just going to draw this line here. I'm looking at a potential double bottom, and the neckline for that double bottom could be out here. So if we break out and confirm above this support, then I would look at a target of around 107.44 for grain. Of course, don't take it to the bank. I'm just projecting out here based on what I understand. This may or may not happen, but this is a probability. I'm going to remove all of this so that we don't get confused. So I'm going to remove this, and let us look at Vertex. Vertex is up 0.71%, trying to get back into the bull channel, but for today the resistance is at 452.51. Right now we are at 452.00. So if we break through above this, then we want to confirm above it, and that's a different story altogether. The unfortunate part is that the market sentiment is almost neutral. MACD is bearish, and momentum is just on top of the average line. So things are not looking that great at this point of time, a little iffy. Ginkgo Bioworks is flat in pre-market trades. Resistance is at 9.38. I'm looking at Precision, which is flat in pre-market trades. It's going to get support today at around 4.17. Right now we are at 4.18 in pre-market. Lilly is coming very close to the support of the regression channel. I have already pulled this forward, and FIGR. Okay, I'll check that out. I'll check that out for you towards the end. We have market sentiment, which is down. MACD is also bearish. Momentum has also dropped, but pre-market we are seeing a mild positive out here, and we will see if we can bounce off the upper bound of the regression channel, which is going to give us support at around 1032.26. Right now we are at 1043, so there's plenty of room out there. Next, I'm going to look at Ultragenics. Ultragenics is down 0.48% in pre-market trades, and we have super bearish market sentiment. MACD is starting to improve. We are at the bottom of the RSI at around 30%. So a little bit of dead cat bounce should ensue. We are going to have resistance at around 34.52. But the good news is that with every passing day, the resistance goes to a higher number. So I'm fine with that at this point of time. I'm still holding Rare or Ultragenics with loss. So with that said, I'm going to look at Rocket. I have bought Rocket, and it has turned profitable. I'm not yet planning to sell it because I think the cup and handle pattern is now coming into focus, and we have a target of 26.91. Market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, momentum is above average, and we have plenty of room on the RSI still. So if I bought it because you had spoken about it and I thought the cup and handle pattern was worth it, I bought a bit too early. I should have waited, and I should have bought it around yesterday. But anyway, better late than never. I've learned my lesson. So this year, hopefully, I do better. And I'm hoping that Rocket improves. Pre-market, Rocket is down 0.09% in pre-market trades, but it's going to get support at 20.38. We'll confirm the support if we close above 21.34. Let us see. Yes, thanks, In. Now, we have done all of these things. So I'm going to look at FIGR and see what it is doing. FIGR. What is FIGR? Figure Technology Solutions. Figure Technology Solutions. What is happening with this company? Okay, let's start off by trying to see if there are any patterns. Let me remove this one. I don't want that. What I want is a brush. So this could be shoulder, this could be head, this could be another shoulder, and if we were to connect this through, then this is the head and shoulder pattern, and I would like to take the lowest point here, pull it out there, and then take that and place it on the other shoulder. So now we are looking at a target of 52.53. It's already overshot that target. Yeah, it has run up on zero news. There is no news. So stay away from these kind of things where there is no news, because it will become pure gambling after that. RSI has a little more room, and this morning it's down 0.47%. So maybe a little bit of consolidation before it moves further. What is the market cap for this company? Market cap is 11.39 billion. Oh. Okay, so that's all I got, my friends. Let's go and have a look at Bitcoin. The other place I made mistake was MSTR. I bought MSTR and sold it off immediately when it came to my stop loss. So that was another mistake, MSTR. If I had held on to it, I would have made profits this morning, but alas. Anyway, let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down 0.18% in pre-market trades. It will get support at 91,891, and we have to close above 94,689.57 in order for this support to be confirmed as a support. We have already confirmed this diagonal line of support. I'm just going to pull this out a little bit. So that's the play for Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is looking bullish and it could move up further. And what else do I have here? That's about it, my friends. I hope you guys have a great day. And if you have anything that you want me to check out, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm ending this session and going for my breakfast. Sure, Inf. We'll talk in the afternoon. Take care. Bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye, Uddhav.